At the storage unit, we got some sales. Actually, I was feeling a little under the weather yesterday, so I went to the doctor, and I'm healthy as a horse, but I was sitting in the waiting room for 2 hours, and I delisted and relisted 147 more items, and our sales exploded again, right? I think the large batches, we actually had a couple of y'all reach out and said that you've been doing it daily now, between 10 to 20 items, and your sales have increased. And it's just a way to maybe help some sales out in the slow times. You know what I'm saying? We need some help, you might as well do that. So this is a Nike slingshot. Nike's good hand. The thing about how special this is that it's brand spanking new. And it's sold for $35 plus shipping. So that is good. We are running out of, we just haven't found golf clubs. It's been rough. Heavy putter. Heavy putter is the actual name brand of it. Right there it says heavy putter. These usually go for like 60 bucks. The thing is on a lot of heavy putters, I don't know if you're gonna see that, is that it's missing the weight here. So the weight's missing, so I made sure that was in the thing, in the title and description, and there's a note that says missing weight. So for 35 bucks, most likely the person will get it and say, hey, you know this is missing a weight. And I'll say, yeah, it was in the description and the title and everything else. And then another golf club, a TaylorMade 4-iron. This one we also got down at, I'm pretty sure it was Tybee Island. Got it for 65 bucks. Actually, we bought it for like $1. It just sold for $65 plus shipping. They're selling, I wish we could find more of them. This came out of the Star Track lot, but this is Star Wars. This is a little Hallmark ornament here, $7 plus shipping. A piece to a shotgun sold. This is just a screw that goes on the end of a magazine. Sold for $17.99. Well, that ain't too bad. And a little tiny snap-on socket sold, $9 plus shipping. Most of these also, I did just list and relist while I was at the doctor's office. This, I actually put a background on, and they've been sitting for months and months. I put a brown background and not a white background, and they sold for $25 plus shipping. We did take an offer for these. We picked these up. We're kind of like breaking even on these, and sometimes you got to break even just to get them moving, right? These have been sitting for months and months and months and months, no bites. Somebody said, hey, I'll give you 10 bucks. I said, fork it over, we'll take it. They're just BDUs, yellow BDUs, and they sold for $10 plus shipping. This is sold multiple times, and then nobody's paid for it. It's one of those that just, hang around a little bit too long. But it is a espresso maker. We got this at I still remember, it was a yard sale. I've already sold everything. There was cups involved here and like other things inside of here. We already sold those. We got this thing for like 15 bucks, well in the profit. And this sold for $20 plus shipping. $7 for this tiny little wrench. This is a flared nut wrench from Industro. Again, that's pretty good. Then we did have a Hummel sale, another Hummel, $25 plus shipping. Remember, we got those for free. And then this was sitting in the booth forever for probably 50 bucks or 40 bucks. And it wouldn't sell in the booth, so we put it back on eBay, sold for 30 bucks plus shipping. That ain't too shabby. Different day here out at the storage unit, and Kayla has another sale. What, only 15 bucks? 40 bucks? $20 a store, that ain't too shabby. We'll show you right here what we're gonna sell. We got us some metal stools. That's it, 40 bucks? That's pretty good. I'm impressed by that. So this is the storage unit right now. Again, this is our outside storage unit that is not climate controlled. We still got the freezer here, Longhorns, and a ton of the fire gear that is slowly selling on eBay. Very, very slowly, but it is selling, so we're definitely gonna make our money. We're still kicking around the idea of pulling these through the local auction house. We just haven't had the time to look into it. Still got the Longhorns. Oh, there's my reflection. Hey, how are you? And we're probably not going to use this thing in the booth, correct? So we're going to end up probably getting rid of that because it is broken, so that can get out of here. And these cases, we're going to go ahead and see if we can sell them locally as well fairly quickly. And then really, we still got tons of room in here. We are going out to the 127 yard sale, which is in about 2 weeks. And we had our plans of, because our Tahoe is on its last leg, I wouldn't say last leg, AC needs some work. We didn't want to pull heavy trailers with it or anything for the transmission. It's reaching around 200,000 miles on it, so it's an older vehicle. But we did buy this vehicle back here as like Kayla's car. But I think we're going to turn it into the traveling car. It's a nice little Jeep. And what we're gonna do is do the same thing we did in the Tahoe, but do it in this. Because we were gonna try to rent a car, and it turns out a Tahoe, to rent one for, I think it was like 9 days, was $1,700. And we're like, that is absurd. We'll take this one. So our idea is going to be the same that we had in the Tahoe, is where we take the back seats out. Now these we would actually keep and then put them back in, because we do use them, you know, when we're around town, people that we don't travel around with a lot of people, but maybe we got a friend that wants to go somewhere or a parent. We're gonna keep the back seats, but to make this thing flush, we'll make a platform here. Willow and her kennel can sit here, our luggage can go over here, then all of this will be for things that we thrift. It doesn't look like that much room, but there's more room than you think. We're gonna go ahead and get a hitch back here, bring the hitch out, and then bring in the, we have a big black box that we carried last time at the 127, which is actually huge. We're hoping it doesn't hit the tire. We're gonna test that out today. And then that should actually work pretty well. I'm excited about taking the Jeep, save us a ton of money, because what we're gonna do is usually we only, you know, it's 1 day up, 1 day back from Tennessee, which is about a 10-hour drive for us. I think that we're actually gonna thrift all the way up, all back roads. So maybe 2 days of thrifting on the way up, the 127, and then 2 days thrifting on the way back on a different route. So I think that's gonna be really, really fun. Show up and we got the stools sold for $40, which is actually a really good deal. We actually got those out of a storage unit. We do have some sales that we're gonna pick up. Not a lot, sales are super slow for us, but I'm not gonna say that is eBay's fault. I'm 100% gonna say that is our fault. We've been working on a lot of content, because when we go out of the state, or when we go on not vacations, these work things, is that we're basically getting enough content to span that, and then we'll start dropping the new stuff when we get back. So we have a whole bunch of work to do. Super, super busy, but we're gonna go in here, pull some orders, show you all what's sold. We haven't listed anything on eBay probably for about 5 days. I did feeling a little under the weather, like I said before, and I was able to list and relist some things, and but that didn't really help as much the first time. That's what I was saying, was that it seemed to help a lot the very first time I did it. Then as you progressively do more of it, it seems like it doesn't help. But we're just going here, pull some orders. We got the sales go real quick. We ain't got many. $19 for a kid's golf club. It's like a little training golf club, kind of cute. Then $18 for a crowbar. Made in the USA crowbar. This reminds me of Home Alone. Every time I see a crowbar, I think of Home Alone. And then we did have another golf club, only $10 plus shipping for the King Cobra. Got to be careful on King Cobra clubs. They don't hold their value, I think, as well as like Ping and Titleist and some other brands out there. And then also this big old wrench sold. This one right here is a Bolo. It's actually the right, and this, I thought this was the right grip, but this one's just right combination wrench. Still really good heavy duty wrench, made in the United States, which is very nice. As you can tell, this one has some pitting on it. It's not in the best of shape, and it's still sold for $31.50. So that ain't too shabby. A lot of people always ask about like how we custom SKU stuff, and it's in the custom SKU, and only you can see it. It's at the very bottom of your details, and then all we do is write right there on there, that's 617G if you can read it, and then in the custom SKU it is 617G, and it goes on the wall of tools. So that's really about it. So what we're going to do is actually go over to the other storage unit, measure the basket, because we just bought the hitch for your Jeep. And we also bought, because the Jeep didn't come with a hitch or a lights for it, but we're not towing a trailer. Actually, U-Haul will not rent a trailer to that Jeep. Even their smallest trailer, they won't rent it, because it is a soft top Jeep. So let's go over there, see if this idea will even work. Our plans have definitely changed, because we really thought it was going to work out renting a Tahoe. Turns out we went to Enterprise also, and they said that they can't guarantee us like a vehicle like that. He said, you know, you can put in a request and it's not 100%. And for us to go on this trip, it almost has to be 100%, because we are going to be planning around the vehicle that we're taking. So we're like, you know what? For 17 hundos, I think we can outfit the Jeep. It's a perfectly fine Jeep. It's a 2020. I mean, it's brand new. Yeah. So we're going to take that thing to the mountains, but our plans have changed. That's the biggest thing, is just go with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Let's go see if it will fit.
What are you doing?
All right, so this is the oh, that's not going to be, I'm telling you right now, that ain't going to be long enough. This has got to clear the big tire in the back. I have such a terrible measuring stick here. All right, so the hole, and that is around 14 inches. 14 inches. All right, let's go outside and see if it's 14 inches. Also, somebody did say, they said it looks like we're missing the tray to the dog's mouth. We actually have the tray.
It's right here.
Yep. And then somebody said, how much am I asking for it? The I don't want to sell it price is $1,000. So if somebody comes up with $1,000, I will sell you Mr. Dog here, but I still don't know what I'm going to do with him.
Is that plus shipping or free shipping?
No, you get to meet me if you buy this for $1,000. I will personally be here and put it in your car. So, but let's go out here. What did I say, 14 inches?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, because your tires are 12 inches, and the hitch is going to be sucked up inside of here, like that. Oh my goodness. Because this is going to be the hitch. It might just make it. You might have like an inch. So, that's so close that I actually have no idea until we get the actual hitch. It might work, hopefully. Because this is our last option. Like, this is our only option. Is this. Now, Quadrotech does sell one that has, I think, a longer one. And it's also aluminum, which is a lot lighter. See, this thing weighs, I mean, this is pretty heavy. That's probably 50 pounds, I would think. And we'll go online to see if Quadrotech has that aluminum one that has a longer thing because it's made for a Jeep. This isn't made for a Jeep. That one is made for a Jeep, so it might be longer because of the door, because of the actual tire. So we'll take a look, but I think that's going to be our strategy because, again, our Tahoe, we actually think about selling it, right?
Yeah.
For cheap. Cheap Tahoe.
Cheap.
I might have a guy lined up. And then we actually might buy a smaller trailer to help this thing out. But for this trip, I think we're going to be able to get away with what we're doing. Don't you agree?
I think
Take
so.
the seats out, build the platform, put the dog in there, and then you can only take one pair of clothing.
Good thing we have a washing machine.
Good thing we got a washing machine because everybody be like, man, y'all need to take a bath. All right, so what we're going to do is go ahead, go home, pack this stuff up, ship it out. 2 months.